on to the magical frequency. On today's episode, I wanted to do a fun video about how YouTube proves that we are living in a simulation. A fun spin on how this platform goes on to further show evidence that we are actually living in a simulated environment that is constantly being programmed over and over again. We are going to jump into that on this video. So if you are interested in diving into strange and fun topics like this, my name is Chrissy. I am a simulation theorist. If you enjoyed this type of content, please make sure to subscribe. But now let's get on with the video at hand. Just how YouTube learns is the same way the simulation learns, if you will. It's all through algorithmic patterns and programs that are being played. The system, the program, the application, the platform. And you, of course, would probably know this best. I'm sure there's been plenty of times where you have been recommended something that you may have been talking about with somebody or thinking about. And it also runs off of the fact that if you just click on something, it will start to take that data or information just the way the simulation does when you are thinking about specific things periods of time. So wherever you place your focus is what the simulation will be placing its focus on as well. You want to achieve anything in your life, if you place focus on those things and take aligned action, there should be no reason your simulation shouldn't show you exactly what you're looking to see in this actual reality of Earth that we're living on right now. But YouTube, just like the simulation, even I believe if you look at something for a prolonged period of time, say it is a short and you are even just glancing at it and you're not even maybe interacting with it in a specific way, you're just looking at it for a little bit of an extended period of time, I'm sure there's some sort of algorithmic thing going on that captures every second of what you are actually consuming, and the things that you consume for longer amounts of time, it will continue to pump more and more of those things to you. Just like I was talking about earlier, what you continue to focus on will be what you continue to produce in your environment, if you will. This being said, if you continue to click on things on YouTube or any platform for that matter, it doesn't matter, that are not in alignment with what you're trying to see in your reality, that is going to feed your algorithm more of those things that you don't want to see. Just like our environment will do for you if you continue to think about or focus on things. And it's very easily programmable. It picks up very quickly on things that you're saying, probably things that you're clicking on in a constant basis, like not even just what you're viewing. If you're clicking on things and not viewing them for long periods of time, it is keeping track of your every move, kind of like the Akashic records probably of YouTube. The algorithm can actually begin like this eerie feeling where it starts to know what you want even before you know, or it starts to give you things where you may have not even had ideas in that avenue and now you have new ideas. That is another way that YouTube is very similar to our simulated environment here. Focus on certain things, the environment will start to shift around you and will start to maybe open opportunities up to you that you didn't see before. It will start to shift people maybe to contact you. It will start to shift things in the modality that you want to see your reality shift if you focus on these things. Just how how you would paying attention to any of these videos, just like you're watching me right now. YouTube also has, and not just YouTube, but basically social media platforms have a way of grabbing global trend consciousness, which is another way to control, if you will, the consciousness of this entire simulation, if you will, because you will see trends that instantaneously take place and then suddenly they are going viral all over the place, and collective consciousness starts to behave all in the same way to a certain degree with certain things. This is why following trends is fun, but it's also a component where you don't want to get lost in said trends, because they are fleeting things that come in and out of consciousness. And we have these platforms like YouTube and TikTok and X and all this that can blast these things to consciousness and then be able to manipulate, maneuver whatever consciousness within those specific software programs, and they are able to control the masses, if you will. Another way it starts to become very much so in line with how a simulation operates and how you can take things and create mass control or mass hysteria or whatever, what have you. You could also observe these as some sort of a test on mass consciousness to see what people are willing to click on and view, and what humans are willing to spend excessive amounts of money on. It is another way to just understand human consciousness in mass through these tests. Could be testing just general collective focus. It could be testing our interactions with one another. It's just very interesting if you start to view it through this different lens. And there's definitely ways to test this, because there's things like glitches, for example, where one area of the consciousness claims that something happened whilst another says that it may have never happened, or just different things like the Mandela effect. There's so many different glitches in the matrix, if you will, and I will probably do a whole entire video on that. I've touched upon it a few times, but it would be fun to go down the rabbit hole of just all of the glitches and how we can observe them and take lessons learned from them. So I think it's very interesting when you see extremely old videos going viral, especially videos relative to the simulation or the matrix, or just these types of videos in general. Recently, of these gentlemen I've been listening to and highly enjoy the things that they say. I'm not saying that I 100% agree with everything, but I enjoy their theories and concepts, and find it extremely interesting how the rhythm of YouTube feeds this back into you, even when it's extremely old content. It starts to show you things that are relevant to what you may be looking up or trying to research, and that is another way where it's instantaneous things that can appear before your eyes, or explanations for things, or pieces of a consciousness out there that you can connect with to obtain information and data points to be able to, again, maneuver your reality. To platform, it functions very similarly to how the purported simulation would work. You pay attention to the things that you want, which would be the videos that you're consuming, the things that you're hitting like on, the things that you're clicking on, the things that you're lingering on. Even if you don't like them, you're showing the algorithm you are interested to a certain degree. So those things will continue to etch in. That's why it's really important, just like on YouTube in your reality, you have to procure your playlist. You have to make all of your content geared towards what you are focused on. That means not even lingering too much on things like, for me, gossip videos, because I still watch them. I heavily watched them when I was younger. I found them to be highly entertaining because I thought the jokes were funny. I thought the banter was funny. I used to watch this guy, Rich Lux, and I really thought it was entertaining to watch. But the older I got, I recognized that it's just wasting my time with things that is not necessarily conducive to getting me to my next level or conducive to curating my algorithm the way I want it, curating my simulation the way I want it to appear to myself. So it's extremely important to curate your feed, curate your algorithm, curate your simulation. Keep paying attention, drawing focus to, and observing the things that you want to see in your reality, just like you would on YouTube. It is so true. You can take any lessons learned from this, is that we are living in an observatory world, which is the simulation, but also a participatory world. It's not just observation focused. You may observe a video, but you're also clicking on it, and that is your participation in our specific algorithm that you are choosing to engage with. Just like you would take your thoughts, your actions, your ongoing focus, your intentions, the things that you often discuss in your head, your inner conversations, your inner dialogue that you keep with you 24/7, your movie reel, whatever you want to call it, that is all continuously feeding the simulation to curate your life's algorithm to be able to follow that trajectory. So just like YouTube, when you open up your app of the day, and when you're scrolling, you are scrolling through all of the things that you want to observe and participate with in that said application. And this can be exactly correlated to how we participate and observe in our own 3D reality, and how often it is that when we engage with things that we don't love, or we engage with things that we don't really like, it can start to feed our life with trajectories that we didn't see for ourselves, or paths that we don't want to go down. Just like when you open up the app, you can see TV shows that you don't want to see, or being recommended to you, certain individuals being recommended to you that you may not want to be recommended to, or it's you are consuming all of these things, but they aren't aiding in your future progression. It's information. I'm not saying that all information isn't valuable, because it is, but just like levels of consciousness or levels to anything else in life, there's information that is way more valuable than other. And listening to certain information on the internet may not be providing any value other than basically ear junk, ear trash, volume mess, whatever you want to call it. It's just somebody spewing something, and you're just biding your time with it, or you're passing time with it instead of consuming something that would be informational, or it would be data to be able to get you to your next level, or shift your simulation to show you exactly how you want it to show on this screen of life, if you will. I hope everybody enjoyed this video, because there is nothing else quite like it on YouTube. So for that, please remember again to hit that subscribe button for me, so I am able to hit the algorithm and transform my channel into something that is able to continue to plant seeds of awareness out there, and also just give some fun, new, fresh perspectives on this reality that we are living in. So until the next time, guys, may you all continue to manifest magic and resonate on your highest frequency. Bye, guys.